Hello and welcome to today's science lesson. My name is Anas and I'm a teacher in the International Knowledge School. Today's lesson will be a revision and we will continue from where we stopped the last time. Before we continue though, I would like to quickly recap what we've done the last lesson, which is where we started at page, let's see, page 54, where we had 4 jobs: a carpenter, a potter, a leather worker, and a metal worker. A carpenter uses wood to make chairs and tables. A potter uses clay to make pots. A leather worker uses cloth and leather to make bags, belts, and even shirts. A metal worker uses metal to make pots and many other things as well. So these are 4 types of people who use different materials to make different things. Okay, then we moved on into making clay. We did that the last time. We did this as well, making a paper boat and making a wool mat as well. It's really interesting. And then we moved on to solids and liquids. Solids are hard and they keep their shape. Liquids pour and flow. Liquids change shape. So solids are hard while liquids pour and flow. Solids keep their shape while liquids can change shape. Wood is a solid. Water is liquid, as shown here. Here we have a group of objects. Some of them are solid, some of them are liquid. Then we move on into liquids. Now liquids flow. Liquids take the shape of whatever they're contained in, whatever is the container. So here we have a bowl, so the water took the shape of a bowl. Here we have a bucket, so the water or the liquid took shape of the bucket. Same thing with the bottle, same thing with the sprinkler or another container here. Same thing with this one, same thing with the barrel, same thing with the other container. So the water changes shape to match whatever its container shape is. Okay, so a liquid takes the shape of its container. Okay, we did that here, and we saw that water changes shape based on what's containing it. A solid keeps its shape, a liquid can pour and flow. Okay, I have a question here that we answered the last time we did this lesson. How can you hold water in your hands? What shape must you make? Say, why is it harder? Why is it harder to hold liquid than a solid? Okay, so this pencil is a solid. It's easy for me to hold it in my hand, like this, like this, like this, so it's easy to hold in my hand. But if we put water, it's difficult to hold in your hands because if you do this, you can't hold it. Most of it will go away. So, how can you hold water in your hands? This is the best shape you can make to hold water in your hands. Okay? So I remember when you want to maybe drink water from a tap, so you have to do this and drink from it. So this is the best shape you can make. What shape must you make? So this is the shape that you have to make. Why is it harder to hold liquid than a solid? A solid doesn't change shape. It stays in shape, whatever whatever happens to it. While water takes the shape of whatever it's containing it. So if there's nothing containing it, like this here, it will all go away. So that's why it's harder to hold a liquid than a solid. Okay? So now that's great for solids and liquids. We have a bit more examples with the review questions here. Name the materials to make these things. So here we have different materials that we use to make different things. We have wood, we have clay, we have cloth, plastic, metal, wood and glass, but mainly wood because we didn't take glass in the lessons before here. Cloth and metal and cloth. Now here we have a bunch of solids and liquids, and here solids and liquids as well. We answered them the last time, so let's jump right ahead and skip those because we did that the last time as well. Okay, so now we are picking up where we left off the last time. Now here, the Earth and the Sun. Now there are two main things that are important to us. The Earth, which is where we live, and the Sun, which is something that gives us light and heat. Not only during the day, but and during the whole year. But even though the Earth rotates, we live on Earth. The Earth is a planet. Okay, so here we live on Earth. The Earth is a planet. That's important. The Earth is a huge ball of rock, water, and metal. So what is the Earth? The Earth is a huge ball of rock, water, and metal. It travels through space. Okay, so it's a huge rock, a huge ball, rock, water, and metal, and it travels through space, the endless dark space. Land. Now, the Earth has two parts, part land and part water. Okay, the land, some parts of Earth are land. People live on the land, so we live on these parts here, these parts which are land. Okay, the blue parts are water. Some parts of the Earth are covered with water. These are oceans, seas, rivers and lakes. Fish and other creatures live in the water. So here, these blue parts is called water. Some of them are called oceans, some of them are called seas, rivers, and some are called lakes. But we don't live on these things or these parts of the Earth. Fish does, along with other creatures that live in the water. Okay, so it's part land and part water. We live on land, and some fish and other creatures live in the water. So that's Earth and what it's made of. So the Earth is a planet. It's a huge ball of rock, water, and metal, and it travels through space. It has two parts, part land and part water. We live on the land, and fish and other creatures live on water. Okay, great. So I want you to listen and repeat really quickly. The Earth is a planet. The Earth is a planet. The Earth is a huge ball of rock, water, and metal. The Earth is a huge ball of rock, water, and metal. It travels through space. It travels through space. It's part land and part water. It's part land and it's part water. We live on the land. We live on the land. Fish and other creatures live in the water. Fish and other creatures live in the water. Okay, great. That's very good. Now we can move on to the sun. Now the Earth moves around the sun. Okay? The path is called an orbit. The sun is a star. It's a huge ball of fire in space. The sun gives us heat and light. It is much bigger than the Earth. Okay, so I'm going to get my board here. Or let's take a look at the Earth and the sun. So this is the sun. Okay. Now, the Earth, let's draw Earth here, it's smaller. This is Earth. Okay, so we live here, and this is the sun. Okay, now the Earth goes around the sun in something called an orbit. So this is the path it follows. So I think so it can go either this way or that way, doesn't really matter, but it follows this path. So sometimes here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here. So it moves around the sun like this. Okay? The path it follows is called orbit. I'm not sure if it's clear, but I'll write it again. Orbit. Okay? So this is the sun, it's very big, and this is the Earth. The Earth goes around the sun, and the path it follows is called an orbit. Okay, so let's listen and repeat this one. The Earth moves around the sun. The Earth moves around the sun. The path it follows is called its orbit. The path it follows is called its orbit. Good. Now, the sun is a star. It's a huge ball of fire in space. Okay, so let's let's take out a notebook and let's write the differences between the Earth and the sun in the notebook. Okay, so the notebook is here. Let's see, that page. Sorry. Okay. Great. Alright. So before we do the list, I'm going to draw the sun again. Sun. This is the path it follows. This is Earth. Not exactly like this, but kind of looks like this. Alright, that's great. So this is a small example of the solar system. This is called an orbit. And by the way, Earth has a moon. Okay. This is called the moon. And it goes around Earth in something called an orbit as well. So the moon goes around the Earth, and the Earth moves around the sun. Okay, so the small moon, the moon moves around Earth, and Earth moves around the sun. Okay, so this is an orbit as well, but this is for the moon, and this is an orbit for Earth and how it moves around the sun. Okay, so let's write down sun and Earth. Sorry, the Earth always has to be capital, just because it's a name of something. Okay, so this is the Earth and this is the sun. Now we're going to have to write the differences between the sun and the Earth. Okay, so the most important one is the Earth is a planet. Okay, the sun is a star. Okay, so that's the first one. The sun is a huge ball. Huge ball of fire. Okay, while the Earth is a huge ball of rock, water, and metal. Okay, so the sun is a huge ball of fire. Sorry, I have to add the full stop. While the Earth is a huge ball of rock, water, and metal. Okay, so what else is different? They both travel in space, so that's the same thing. So there's no difference. Okay, the sun is bigger, and the Earth is smaller. Although they are both huge. Okay, but the sun is bigger and the Earth is smaller. Okay, so that's these are the main differences between the sun and the Earth. Okay, so go back and look at the sun. The sun is a star. It's a huge ball of fire in space. The sun gives us heat and light. It is much bigger than the Earth. Okay, so that's the sun. We made these models of the Earth and the sun. I'll look into creating ones with paper, which should make things much more easier. Okay, so that's for sun and the Earth. Now on Earth, we have two main times, which is day and night. Okay, they're not exactly opposites, but they are not the same. So day and night. Okay, so this is day and this is night. In the daytime, we are awake. The sun gives us light. Okay, so in the day, we are awake. Okay, and the sun gives us light. Okay, so if we see the sun, if the sun gives us light, that means we can see the sun. Okay, so we can say sun is out or up. The sun is up or out. Okay, so let's say up or out. While in the night, most people sleep. That's what we do at night. We cannot, the sun doesn't give us light, so we cannot see the sun. Not see the sun. Okay, the sun is down, and here the sun is down. Okay, so in the daytime we are awake, in the nighttime most people are asleep. In the day the sun gives us light, and at night we cannot see the sun. In the day the sun is out or up, at night the sun is down. Okay, so these are the main differences between day and night. Now we have a small test that we can do here for day and night, or dark and light and dark. Here we can write one more difference. There is light. It's the same as this one. It's dark. It's dark. Now we're going to look into light and dark and what these two things mean. Now here in this activity, we'll need a blindfold, someone to help, a book, a pen, and a paper. Okay, so first of all, you put on the blindfold like this. The blindfold blocks light from your eyes and everything is dark. Try to write your name. So cover your eyes and try to write your name. Find a book on the table and count your fingers. Which things can you do without light? So here, we want to write your name, find a book on the table, and count your fingers. Which of these things can you do without light? We will do this the next time or in the next episode, and we will see which things we can do without light. You can test that on your own so you're ready in the next lesson and you can answer the question before I do in the episode. Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful and you remembered a few things that we've done. I'll see you next time and take care. Bye bye.